Okay, so as requested, I'm going to be making an instructional video on how to adjust the hop-up for the HFC M9. So let's get to it. The first thing you want to do is take out the magazine. You don't want that in there. And if you look closely right here, there's this little knob right here which you can, on the other side there is a button for you to press down, this oval shaped button. Press that down, allows you to pull this switch down, and that allows this whole top assembly to slide off. And so what you see is the spring on here, which is attached onto this metal rod, and if I push this forward you can see that it comes forward right here. So what you want to do is you want to push it forward and twist it to the side and take this whole piece out. Just like that. Okay? And it has this little hook in there which will go back into the slot later. Okay, so now you have this piece right here. So what you want to do is you're going to have to push this part forward. Okay, and it'll go forward a little bit. Now just pull the whole thing out. Okay, so now you have the barrel which you can see through, just like that. So now what you want to do is you're going to have to take off this little tab right here that moves. So all you have to do is pull this off, and be careful, there's a tiny little spring in there that you don't want to lose. So be careful when you take it off and put them both aside. As you can see, there's a little spring on there. Okay, so set that aside. And now you have this piece that needs to come out of the plastic barrel. So you just pull these out of the tab right here and it slides right out. Okay? So now that hop-up that I was talking about, it's not adjustable on this gun, but what you can do is, if you look closely, there's a little hole right here. Okay? And there's a piece of tape that tapes it down. So what you do is you just take off this piece of tape. Okay, let me do that right now. Okay, and now that that tape is off, you can see that there is a tiny little spring. I'll show it to you. Right here. Okay, so this spring is the spring that pushes down on the hop-up bucking that creates the pressure to give the gun top spin. Okay, so what you want to do is remove that tape and reapply it to not be so tight. So have the spring, put the spring right back inside there, and tape it down to the point where it's not pushing down too hard. And you might have to do this a few times just to try it out and see if the pressure is working for you. Okay, so now tape it back and put everything back together exactly the way you had taken it out. Okay, so just slide this piece right back inside. There's going to be a little tab in here that you got to open up a little bit, and you hear that snap, it goes back in. Okay, next you're going to have to take this little spring on this other piece that you took off. You're going to want to put it back on top of there. And put it back inside. Like so. Okay, so now it's back on there just fine. Now what you want to do next is you're going to be sliding it back onto the top rail of the gun and pushing it back to meet this nozzle. And after that you want to put this spring back in there, and so you're going to be putting it back inside this hole right here, and turn the thing sideways, put it back in. Now it's all set, back to normal. Okay, and then you're going to want to slide this back onto the gun just as you did before, almost like you're cocking the gun back. Okay, now pull it all the way back, and there you go. And it's all back together. Alright, so go ahead and test out a few shots and see how that's working for you. Like I said, you might have to take it apart and do it a few times to get it right. So if you have any questions, just message me on YouTube.